Computer. Okay, I think we're recording. This is our leadership call. We do it the first Tuesday of the month. And tonight we open it for our lead consultants and above as well. Normally it's for star and above only. And we have a guest speaker tonight. So, Diane, I don't really have anything to say to introduce anything, but if you want to go ahead and hop on, she was my boot camp sister when I went to boot camp last March, April. And since then, she has promoted to star director. So I'm gonna let her take it away and give us some awesome tips and maybe a kick in the butt that we need.
Oh goodness, I don't know if I can kick you in the butt, but I might be able to help you a little bit. I'm Diane Burnett. I live in Orlando, Florida, so it is hot. It's so funny because a lot of people always say, my area is oversaturated. There's too many consultants. I can't find people that, I live in Orlando, Florida. I live in a huge population. We have a huge population of consultants here, but we also have a huge population of people, so anytime anybody says that, I'm just like, you need to expand your network because you're just not looking in that area that's, that would include all the people that's never heard of Scentsy, because there's so many people. It's been like, what is Scentsy? I get that so much. We do events. My husband and I are a star director team, and we do a lot of events. Well, not right now we don't, but normally we do. And we get so many people telling us that they've never heard of Scentsy. Or most people will say, if they have heard of Scentsy, that their consultant no longer sells Scentsy. So a lot of people will join, quit, or just never join again. And so we are blessed, though, that we do have an influx of people that have never heard of Scentsy, or maybe have never had an amazing consultant to count on. And I think it's helped me because for over 30 years now, my husband and I have owned our own business. And customer service has been very important to us. And Scentsy was just a natural fit into our business we have now. We do carpet upholstery, tile cleaning. And if someone's home or business is flooded, we dry it. So we're a water damage restoration company also. And Scentsy just really fit in with that. So we're blessed that we can take our, my husband I have these little packets made up and he takes them with him to all of our customers. If we're going out anywhere, vacation. Oh my gosh, vacation. You guys, I had almost 30 packets with me. I came home with 0. We gave them out to everyone we met, lady at the coffee shop, fellow campers, people we passed on the trail. I would have them in a bag. And, there's just so many ways of reaching people. And it's so funny because I just had a conversation with another teamie that their sponsor was telling them that they need to be contacting all of their customers and all of their friends to join Scentsy. And that's the way they're going to get people. That's not it. It's just being you. And it's just living your life and showing what Scentsy is bringing to your life. In May, we had 22 people join my front line. Now, we did have a really great join special also. Out of those 22, half of them are almost always active. So it really did increase my front line. But a lot of them just wanted that kit and moved on, and that's okay too. I don't even mind that. I'm like, fine, maybe one day they'll come back. But I always offer that opportunity to everyone, and not just my customers, because let me put this the right way. So I don't want to nag my customers. I don't want them to think every time they go to contact me to order, or I go to contact them to say, hey, look, the great cow's coming out, that I'm going to ask them to join Scentsy. I'm not going to bug my customers. I've put that out there for them. If they want to join, they're going to join, but I am not going to nag them to do that. So what does that mean then? I need to expand my network, and I'm doing that by constantly, I have amazing packets I hand out to everyone. I just labeled 100 other catalogs today. I've already labeled 150 of them. So I've got 250 catalogs. Probably I'll need more. It depends on if I get to do events or not, but I will hand all of those out before this season is over. And that is just so important to get your information into people's hands. And you've got you've got to build that front line. And if boot camp taught me anything, and Amanda probably remembers this moment too. I don't know if you were in the same class as I was with Jason, but he said, he put a graphic up on the board, and it showed our front lines and it showed our teams coming down, right? He said that at one point, a bunch of SSDs were complaining, I'm not making as much money as I used to do. Well, since he was like, well, why is that? So they did a study on it. These SSDs were not building their front lines. They were just letting their downlines build the team, and they weren't working at building that front line. Well, what does that mean? Your front lines fall off. You make your most money on your front lines, but they're constantly falling off and you're not doing anything to replace them. So we, as much as we tell our team or ourselves that they need to be building their team, we need to be building our team. It is a constant. Whoever your superstars are right this minute will not be your superstars a year from now. I can tell you that for a fact. So people pick up momentum, they put it down too. And so you've always got to be building that front line and just have those genuine conversations. I'm always honest with people. I always just love on people. That's so important to me. And I genuinely, if I'm talking to someone, like if we go to a coffee shop and I'm talking to someone, I genuinely want to know about them. That just rubs off. We met a lady in Hawaii. She had been a consultant before, but didn't really have a team that did. She didn't know what being a consultant was about. Well, now she's one of my customers. She's thinking about coming back, but I'm always trying to build that relationship with my customers. And I genuinely want them as friends. I really do. And they know that. That is just the biggest thing to me, is just building those relationships with people. That's what's got us our great business for 30 years now. I mean, our customers, we don't advertise with our carpet cleaning. We do not advertise at all. It's all word of mouth. So early in the, I think we had only been in business maybe about a year or two, and someone talked us into taking out a Yellow Page ad. We almost lost everything. That Yellow Page ad was like $2,000 a month. We weren't making enough money to even pay the ad, but if we didn't pay the ad, it would get turned off, and there was nothing left over to pay our bills. So when that happened to us and we almost lost everything, we're like, we're not doing that again. We're building our business, and our customers talk about us all the time. And that's how we get our referrals. We don't even advertise anymore. So it is the epitome of attraction marketing for you guys to be building your teams. And my team has went from, okay, boot camp was a little over a year ago. We had, I want to say like 38 or 42. You guys, we just hit 200 yesterday on our team. And that is like so incredible to me. But that's just from loving everybody and from just sharing the opportunity, because I'm the old lady of my team. My husband and I are in our early 50s. I look at some of you and you're young. I wish I would have had that opportunity when I was a young woman. To think of what I would have now. I didn't even know about Scentsy until a couple of years ago. Well, a couple of years before I joined. I had heard about it, but I really didn't even know what it was or anything. And then I met someone, was Katie Farner. Her parents have been clients of ours for many, many years. And I had heard that Katie did Scentsy, and I did a vendor event at my house before Scentsy. And I invited Katie to come, and I fell in love with the products. I mean, and that's all it took, was me falling in love with the products. So I think you've just got to be able to build those relationships with people, and it will come naturally. But you can't not be building those relationships. You can't sit at home watching TV and eating chips all the time and not be making genuine relationships with people, you know. And I know that's real easy to do. We're on social media. It's really easy to just pick up our phone and post and think that's what we're doing, but we're not. We really have to be building those genuine relationships with people. And it's the best when I get out and talk to people. I'll go to Hobby Lobby. and my husband will come looking for me, and I'm standing on the aisle talking to a woman I never met before, and we are just best friends, you know, and I give her information. I'm like, oh, find me on Facebook, you know, I blog and I do this, and I hand them a packet, and now she's got all my info. And I say, oh, and there's some samples and stuff in there. You feel free to keep those, but find me on Facebook. And to me, that is just so exciting, meeting all these new people. My husband just laughs when he comes by. He's like, you just need to keep those things everywhere, because I am constantly giving them out. And okay, they cost money, right? A catalog costs money. I get that. It's a business expense, and it's a cheap way to get your information in someone's hands. We are blessed. Our catalogs are really cheap compared to most companies. Younique's catalog is $2 per catalog. There's a jewelry company. I can't think of the name of it now, but their catalog is $6, you guys. It's a book, but it's like $6. And I'm like, I'm not just handing someone $6. I'm not even handing someone $2. But our catalogs, to be able to hand someone a 50-cent catalog, I can do that. I can totally do that. I've blown more money on that, on little things. You know, I don't have to get that extra shot at Starbucks because I'm going to give out, you know. So, I mean, you just got to think of it like that. Catalogs are gold to me. And I thought about doing the, now I do send the product sheets when I mail. I don't mail catalogs because they cost way too much to mail. I mean, that's just, unless they're a really good customer. But the great thing about doing mystery crates is you can put a catalog in each one. So anybody gets a brand new crate, they're brand new to me, they get a catalog. When seasons change, everyone gets a catalog. So that's just something I automatically do. But for 50 cents, you can't, that kind of advertising is amazing. I mean, just to be able to give them that. And then the product, we've also got the product showcase brochures. They are a full catalog. People love that full catalog and be able to flip it and everything. It's just something about flipping those pages that people love. So to be able to give them a catalog is so important. The best people to do that with is waitresses, baristas, people that are working a part-time job that, you know, their job is just part-time. I mean, and then, let me tell you, and people will say, I've had people on my team say this, people will say, we're in the middle of a pandemic. No one wants to join a new company. Yeah, they do. They want to guarantee their funds. They want to, I have been a stay-at-home mom and a wife at home. And when I say stay at home, I work from home for over 30 years, you guys. Ladies want to stay home. Men want to stay home. And if we give them an opportunity where they can do that, that is golden. And this opportunity is just amazing to me. To see it changing lives is incredible. And I wish every person could see that. Now, I've only been doing Scentsy 3.5 years now, right at 3.5 years. So it's not like I am a 12-year veteran that I'm making all this buku bucks and, you know, I can just freely say this and not know where everybody else is living. I get it. I understand. And it is just an amazing opportunity, but you have to put the work in up front to get the back end reward. And now we're seeing the payoff of the back end reward. And our team loves us. I love our team. I love creating those relationships with all the women and men on our team. My husband and I, since we are a Scentsy director team, we love to have other teams on our team, husband and wife teams. We actually have a wife and wife team. So we love having other teams on our team. If you've got your spouse behind you, it's so much easier for you to be able to run your business. And especially if your spouse is your partner, that is like even better. So everybody, if I'm somewhere, everybody wants to know where Log Home Mom and Dad. And so everybody wants to know, where's Log Home Dad? Where's Log Home Mom? So we go together. It's not just Log Home Mom. It's not just Log Home Dad. It's Log Home Mom and Dad. And we go together all the time. And I love that about Scentsy too. And I guess with us being small business owners for so long, it's just been so natural to us. But it's just such a great blessing to have your family and your spouse and everybody involved in your business. And I just love that about Scentsy. Was there anything specific you wanted to know about recruiting? Anybody having questions?
I couldn't find my buttons here. Yeah, if anyone has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat or to unmute yourself and ask. So it's kind of a last minute spur of the moment. I was like, hey, you want to come join us tonight? Um, so if you guys, I know you guys were wanting to ask about recruiting and wanting more training on us. If you guys have any specific questions, now is your time to ask. I mean,
I'd love to answer.
in May, she kind of just talking about here. So
Oh, it's just been such a blessing, and it's so neat seeing those numbers every month and how your active frontline increases, because it tells you on your front page when you log into your dashboard, it'll say how many active frontline you have, and it is just the best thing in the world seeing that every month increase. Now there are months that I've not recruited one single person, but there's months like May where I had 22. So you just never know. And I'll tell you, I honestly have never done a host flip kit, ever. These are just people joining my team. I always, even when we have a special, the $20 special, that's such a great foot in the door, but it doesn't set them up for success. Most of my people that joined the $20 special ended up getting the full kit, because as good as that $20 special is to get you in the door, to have to go back and buy your testers, to buy catalogs, to buy this, it costs way more than $99. And we only get one shot at that $99. So what I do is I send them a comparison list of what everything includes. I send them a picture, and I always try to send real life pictures, not our stock photos, real life photos. I find, and they're so easy to find. If you just put in Facebook, Scentsy Join Kit, I guarantee you'll find real life photos of the Scentsy Join Kit. So I always try to find real life photos, and I send them a list of what they get for the $20 and what they get for the $99. And almost always they pick the $99, because it just really sets them up for success. And I'm always like, if there's any way you can swing that is your best value, and you won't have to, because now May, so you got May, the people only got, what did they get, like 20 testers or something? It wasn't a ton, 15, 20 testers. They didn't get the whole thing. So now they're having to buy a whole set of testers. And they're like, man, I should have done the 99. I just would have needed a transition set. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. And, but I always try to tell them, but even the hostess kit that you flip, it really doesn't set you up for success either. It's a smaller kit also. But I have a girlfriend that is very successful in the hostess flip kits. Me personally, I've never even done one. It's always just been join outright. People see the value in it. And then I always try to get my people to certify and to hit their shooting star and certify their first month, because if they certify that first month, they're going to get that check and they're going to see the value in it, and they're going to keep going. If they certify over like 3 months, 4 months, it's just a little bit of a check they're getting. They're not seeing that full potential and value of it. And even promoting anything, once you get that extra bonuses, you see that full value. And I think that is just like a big incentive for a lot of people. And I always try to do little things too. If they certify within their first 30 days, I'd get them something extra. And it could be anything I wanted to do, because it's something because you get money if they certify. You get money in your account. So I think we get $25, if I'm not mistaken, in product credit. And so I use that usually to send them something, and I kind of personalize it to whatever kind of person they are. I personalize what I send them. But it's something that you can do that's super easy. But what a great incentive, because you're not losing anything if they don't certify, and you're getting the product credit. But if you just get something sweet from the Scentsy Success Store and send it straight to them, you don't even have to worry about with shipping or anything. So there's just all kinds of things you can do to incentivize your people to hit the ground running, being successful. Most people that hit level 3 sensational start are going to stay with their business. That's just like a fact, because a lot of people don't do it, but people love to be incentivized, and that's a huge incentive. And for them to hit the level 3 is just incredible. And that means you're probably going to have a lifelong consultant on your hands. So anything you can do to help cheer them on. Of course, we can't ever work anyone's business for them, but anything you can do to help cheer them on, do that. You kind of know the people. I don't use this. A lot of people will be, well, this is the form I use for new recruits, or because I went through Scentsy's, what was our other program we did? I graduated from it. You would think I would know. What's the big one we do?
The Accelerated Leadership.
Yes, thank you, thank you. And I graduated from that. And one of the things they wanted us to do was have like a welcome form where we send it to new people and they fill it out so we can get to know them. I have a hard time with that because I want that genuine relationship. I don't want them to feel like they are in a box and I am requesting this information from them, but I send it to everyone else too. So I really kind of approach them and form a genuine relationship instead of just sending them this form to fill out and get it back to me. And I guess maybe if I was bigger and had an even more bigger team, I might do something like that. But that's just not me. I like the genuine relationship. So I try to get to know my people and I really try to keep it on a professional level. And I try to get to know them and because some people won't work. Okay, let's put it this way. If you guys have ever read the 5 love languages, your teamies have a love language and you really need to figure that out because some people, you can be sending them gifts, and they get it and go, and throw it on the counter because gifts isn't their love language. What they wanted from you was a pat on the back, words of affirmation. So, I mean, it's really neat to be able to see that. We actually had a team meeting here. And one of the first things we did when we opened up was have everybody take the 5 love languages test. I know what everybody's love language is now, so that to me, so I can go, well, that's why this isn't working for Susie because she doesn't like that, I mean, so you can do all these things for someone and then it's not really them and it's not really you. It's just that is not their love language. So, and you can usually tell what someone's love language is without even asking them by what they do. If they're constantly sending someone gifts, that means they love gifts. If they're constantly praising you and telling you what a great shirt you have, what a wonderful job you did, they like that. They're craving that. So if you sent them the 5 love languages quiz, that would be better than sending them a stock form to find out who they are and what they love. And it's just such a sweet thing to do too. My team absolutely loves doing that. And I try to do that once a year because your love language can change too. Once something's being fulfilled in one area, your love language can change in another area. So that's a great way to get to know your teammates also. And they appreciated being able to do that for their downline. So there's just all these great things you can do, but make it personal. That's my best advice is to be authentic and make it personalized with your team. It's so important. Does anyone have a question? I see you guys on. Y'all are so cute.
I have a question. What
Let's
do you put in your little packets that you give to everybody? You said you give one to everybody. What do you put in them?
I do. Let me get one. I have one on my table. Let me grab it. Okay, so I always have a scent of the month flyer, as long as the scent of the month is still available. So I always have a scent of the month flyer. I always have a catalog. So I buy these cute little packets off of, they are solid on the back, but clear on the front. I buy these on Amazon. They're super cheap. And I literally will make 50 at a time up and have them ready. And all I gotta do is pull them. I put my business cards in there. I always put a ton of samples. It'll be scent of the month, maybe scent of last month if I have some left over. I'm making samples right now. I always make between 80 and 120 scent of the month samples a month. Plus I make a ton of other stuff too. So it's not just scent of the month. It's, maybe my favorite scents or something that's super popular. I just happen to have a whole bunch of laundry stuff in there. So laundry's going in right now. I also have a join flyer. And I also have a little brochure that I made up, and it's a rack card from Vistaprint. And it tells who we are. Thank you for supporting us. It's got our website, our phone number. It talks about Scentsy Club because Scentsy Club is gold, you guys. And then on the back, I basically say, are you ready for your own adventure? And the whole back is nothing but why you should join Scentsy and what it's done for us. I mean, we've been blessed. I'm even wearing my Netherlands shirt. We've got to travel around the world with Scentsy. I am 51 years old. I don't admit that very often. I'm 51 years old, and my husband and I, like I said, we've been a small business owners, and being on call 24 hours a day has prohibited us from traveling. And because if we travel, we're spending money and losing money since this is our own business. So if someone's house were to flood, we have to refer our competitor. We lose the money and we're spending money on vacations. So vacation's always been very hard for us. Well, now with Scentsy, with having supplemental income and us being able to go on vacation, I mean, we've traveled the world. I can't even believe it. I mean, we've been to France and Spain and Italy, and we've been to Hawaii. We went to Hawaii in January. I mean, we've stayed in Heidi and Orville's cabin. After boot camp, they offered us the cabin. It was for our anniversary. And it's amazing. I mean, we've done so much with Scentsy. So I want people to know what all we've been able to do. And so that's important too, to be able to talk about your own experiences.
You see at the
so
lake
that's
cabin or a different one?
What's that?
You guys see it at the lake that we were at, or a different cabin?
It was different. It's about, McCall was about, I think 2 hours north.
Oh yeah,
of Meridian.
Yeah,
it's on a lake.
Yeah,
a big lake. But yeah, it was really sweet. It was super sweet. And that was an incredible honor for Orville to offer that to us. So I always have them on hand always. And this is the same pack. Now, I also will carry scent circles in my purse. And if we had exceptional service, maybe at a restaurant or a barista that was super nice, I'll throw a scent circle in there too. So anything I have, I throw in my packets, but I have them made up and ready to go always. So like I said, all I gotta do is grab them and go. When we went on our vacation, I had a whole container of these in our camper. And then I also had, honey, will you hand me one of the boxes from the table? Now, this was not Scentsy related, but how super sweet is this? People thought this was the coolest thing. So for one of my crates, last summer, I did the theme was a sea theme. And we're lucky we're in Florida, just an hour and a half from the coast. And we happened to go to the coast one weekend, and I found hundreds of sand dollars, hundreds of them. They went in my crates, but then I had all these sand dollars left over. So I made these cute little boxes with a little saying on the front, and love Log Home Mom and Dad, and a sand dollar inside. And so we gave those out with our packets everywhere. And it was just something personalized from where we're at. It could be seashells. It could be acorns. I don't know, something from where you're at. How cool is that? And this didn't cost me anything but the boxes. And everybody thought this was the coolest thing, that they were getting a sand dollar from Florida, So that was, and it's a conversation starter too. So that is really important. So what I would do is I would just stick them right into our bags here. And look at that nice gift I just gave somebody. They loved it. They thought that was the coolest thing. And how cool is it going to be if I get a couple of people order or join our team from it? And they got to see that we're out having a great time and we're super fun people. And, that we gave them something really neat to remember us by. And so that's so important to me. But everything on here has my name, our name, and phone number on it, and our web address. So make sure you label everything. I label not just my orders, but every catalog, anything that passes from my hand to a potential client or recruit's hand is labeled with my information on it. So did that answer your question? I think I lost her. So I give this to any potential recruits too. So I do the same thing for any potential recruits. And I try to set them up. And then if someone does join that's local, I give them that, but I also give them a whole bunch of other stuff. If they're not local, I call them on the phone, or I talk with them online or something like that. I know a lot of people will do something super extra special. I do send them a little thing, welcome to our cabin crew. That's the name of our team. And I send them a sweet little packet of honey with a little honey dipper and tell them that they're like honey to us, and a little shaker card that I make. And so that's like their little welcome packet to the cabin crew. I don't do anything over the top. Once they do start earning stuff, I send my team members stuff. It's just who we are. I sent out almost 60 packets for SFR, and it's just, I love doing it. And not that you ever have to do anything like that. It's just something I do. I like, and people love getting Happy Mail. So, and I throw a ton of confetti in it because I want them to have a mess when they open it. So I'm that person.
I do all the confetti too. I'm sure when my team gets mail or my customers are like, oh boy.
Yeah. One time my confetti was so small, I had to tape the sides to keep it from falling out.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, the postman's going to hate me. He's going to hate me.
Are there any other questions you guys have for her while we have her here?
Just the main thing is, honestly, if you can just let people know how much you love Scentsy, you're going to be contagious. I can promise you that. And I never, and I know you've heard this before, I never sell, I always share, but I always have product placement. Y'all see I'm doing this live. What do you see on my mantle? I can just from the back of me see 3 Scentsy products right now on my mantle. I didn't have to say a word. I sold, if you guys have been with us since I think October, we had the Enchanted Pumpkin Warmer, that really gorgeous warmer that sold out super fast. It was on my mantle because I changed my mantle out with holidays, but Darth had came out. So I took a picture of me and Darth standing in front of the mantle. And my picture, my caption of it was, there's another tall, dark, and handsome man in our house. But someone's, not Darth, they saw the pumpkin sitting on my mantle and they're like, what is that? Is that a Scentsy warmer? I must have it now. And I wasn't even showing them the Scentsy warmer, but I wasn't saying buy Darth either. You know, so the whole thing is product placement, sharing. If I show a picture of my chickens, there's going to be something Scentsy in there, you guys. If I show a picture of my coffee, there's going to be something Scentsy in there always. Even in my camper, when we're camping, I have my great, I wish we still had it, Roads Less Traveled warmer. That warmer is in every photo just about, because that is like my favorite warmer. I love that warmer. It's so, I don't know why, it's just amazing. And so I'll be making a crock pot full of refried beans and sitting next to that Scentsy warmer, but I don't mention the warmer at all. You know, so product placement's really big also, but just sharing how you use Scentsy in your everyday life is super big. So when people come in my home, they know I sell Scentsy. Everything is Scentsy, you guys. When you walk in, y'all would die. I have a bench, I'm looking at it. I must have 60 or 75 buddies on it. I'm not kidding you. So people know we sell Scentsy there. And I guarantee you, my husband is more than me. He wears Scentsy shirts everywhere. He wears Scentsy hats. I don't even have to ask him. He just does it. He is on all the time. He loves it. He talks about it. He'll be like, do you have a packet together? I need this. I need this. I need this. And I'm just like, okay. So you get that husband of yours on a trip, and he's going to be selling Scentsy like crazy for you. I guarantee you. It is so fun. And we're still like, I'm mourning not going to the Netherlands, you guys. Like, that's just like huge to me. And so we're actually planning a Netherlands trip because the trip just sounded so amazing. How can we not go? You know, so since he gave us this money and we set it aside, and so we're going to plan the Netherlands trip together. It might not be this year because I'm not trying to plan anything in any of this. So it might be the next year, but we're definitely going to do it. But you get him on a trip and oh my goodness, it's a game changer in your household. I'll tell you what, they'll love Scentsy everything then. Especially your kids will too. Y'all earn them a trip to Disney World.
I'm excited for that for myself.
Yeah, well, we're not taking Disney World. We're going to go to Colorado. We live
like right next to Disney.
We do. We live right. I've been to Disney hundreds of times, not even kidding. And so while it's awful exciting, Colorado's calling my name.
Understand.
But our house will be up for grabs. So maybe I should Airbnb it.
There you go. I might come stay at your house then.
Oh goodness.
All right, we've been on for a little over 30 minutes now, so we're in the last minute questions you guys have. I'll give it a minute for you guys to unmute or to type in the chat, and then I will end the recording and wrap it up.
Awesome. And you guys, if you have any questions, you can find me on Facebook. If you just type in Log Home Mom, I'll come up. I'll be happy to help you. You don't have to be on my team. If there's anything I can do, because we all find this is the deal. Even if you do have someone under you, you might find, and don't be offended if maybe you don't click with someone. Everybody has someone they click with. And look, if they're clicking with someone else, if they're clicking with Susie on another team, it's just going to make your team better. So they're still on your team. So let them click with Susie. It's okay. Let them go click with Susie, because they're still going to be selling, and that's still going to be your bonus. So everybody has someone they kind of click with, and that's fine. I mean, I can't tell you the number of consultants that I'm friends and mentors with that are on my team. And I don't care. I love it. I love being able, but I'm that type of person anyway. I've mentored women for many years, sexual abuse survivors, and just that's been my biggest mentor group of ladies. And so it's just been a blessing for me to be able to pour into others. And that's the one thing, is you can't be afraid to pour into others also. At the very least, hopefully you've touched their lives, and they'll always remember that. So just don't ever be afraid of giving a little bit of yourself and helping other people. Did anybody have any questions?
Only thing I see is everyone saying thank you so much in the chat. I don't know if you can see the chat or not. They're all striving for Colorado as well. And then Melissa asked if you can send the link for those bags that you use for your
Sure.
things. If you just want to send it to me, then I can send it out to everybody. That way it's not just saved in the Zoom.
I will.
Yeah.
Yep. I think I buy like 500 at a time because they're super cheap, or it might be more than that. It might be like 2,000. I don't know. It's a lot. So I buy a lot at a time because, like I said, I do so many of them that I just keep them going and they do seal also. You can take this little tab off and they seal over. So you can send this in the mail if you wanted to. But I'd never seal them because I might have to change out something or add something in there. So I don't ever seal them. But I mean, I literally, you guys, you won't see my purse that doesn't have at least 5 of these in it at all times. And when I say I make like 50 at a time, I do. I make them all up because I have them in a file holder on our wall, and my husband can just grab what he needs when he leaves. I can grab what I need, and then I don't have to worry about it. Oh man, I need to put together a bag. So if I get down low to about 10, I'll go ahead and make 50 more. So I'm constantly making these bags. And I also give these, to my customers, people that buy from me. If I do an event, I don't typically just give out a catalog to people. I give them a showcase brochure. That's the only time I do that. Only because if people aren't coming up and buying from me, typically they just want something free. And if they're a customer, they're going to end up getting a catalog from me. But a showcase brochure is a little bit cheaper, and it's a great way to be able to give someone something and you get that feeling sometimes when you give someone something and it's like, I'm giving you a showcase brochure. So you kind of know where you can go with that. But at the very least, I mean, the most I gave them was, I don't know, 75 cents by the time you count everything up, because I make hundreds of samples at a time, and it's all very much pennies for me because I hand do everything. I mean, I even make, let me see if I have one on here. I even make my own little sample packets and everything. I know I've got one. Let me get it so you can see it. So I make my own sample baggies. Do you see that, how cute that is? That's my graphic I make. And then on the back, it's got all of my info on it. It's got my logo, Scentsy's logo. It's got my information to order. And I make these like crazy. Now this one's a felt one because it is Florida. I only give felt out in the summer because they melt. So it is super cute though. But if this is getting mailed to my regular customers, otherwise I just use a real thin felt circles for everybody else, because it costs me pennies to make a sample. And then I print these at home on a business card size, and it's just so cute. And all I got to do every time as I print them is come up with a new graphic and switch it out. I don't have to make a whole new thing again. I just got to transfer that graphic out, and they just look so cute. Everybody loves getting these. I don't know why, but they do. They think it's just adorable. So I usually have 3 or 4 samples in also for them. And they're usually scent of the month, or maybe sometimes super cute scents that are very popular. Like I've got a lot of Very Snowy Spruce. That's one of my biggest sellers in the winter time. So I always try to use my popular scents that people like. And so that's kind of how I do things. But it's just, I know, like I said, I know it does cost money, but it's an investment, you guys. And if you want to make money, you got to spend money. And it's a really small investment to make money back. So I've got some to give away right now. And I mean, I've got orders that are $75, $100. Of course, they're going to get a catalog and samples and everything. They might even get maybe a scent of the month bar or something if they, depend upon how much they've spent. So it's always worth it to me. And my customers just think it's incredible. So yeah. Well, thank you guys so much. If you have any questions, let me know. Amanda will ask me and I'll be happy to answer them. And just, keep and once you hit a title, I know that Amanda said that we have lead. Let me just say this. She has lead and above in the chat tonight. You guys work so hard every month to keep that title, just to be paid at title. It doesn't do us any good if we promote and then don't do anything with it, because it's just, that's free money just sitting there, and Scentsy keeps it, of course. Now they do, I'll tell you this, with that money, if your bonuses, and if you don't earn them and you're not Pat, Scentsy does have it in a little kitty where they do extra things at different events. So, but that's money you're just leaving sitting on the table. Why promote to director? Why promote to superstar consultant, star consultant, if you're not going to maintain? You got to work as hard every month as you did that month that you promoted. And it will pay off. I'm telling you, it will pay off. Does it get easier? No, probably not, because your team grows, but guess what? You make more money. So that's free money. When you can get to the point where you're making more money in bonuses than you are in sales, that's huge, you guys. It's so big. And to me, doing all the extra love is completely worth it. I'm getting paid for it. And it's something I love to do. And that's the thing too. If you don't love to do it, you need to love to do it. Scentsy incredible. How can you not love? When you look at one of our new buddies, how do we not smile? You guys, I mean, look at this. How can this not make you smile? Like, look at that little tail. Like, I love everything. Everything that comes out, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's my favorite. Everything's my favorite. And it truly is. I did a thing in my team page where I was going about my day one day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm using Scentsy this, I'm using this. I put together this bundle of everyday products that I use every day. And I was just shocked. I'm like, if you guys are not using every one of these products, because you're using some product of that, you're cleaning your counters, you're cleaning your bathroom, you're putting lotion on, why is it not Scentsy? How can you sell it if you don't use it? So, that's just, to me, it's just so, I love it. I love it. If you don't love Scentsy, then maybe you shouldn't be doing Scentsy, but you really should love it. Like, it is just incredible. We're blessed. Y'all have seen Heidi and Orville speak. They are as incredible in person as they are on that video. They love you. They are so thankful for you. And this is just such an amazing company. Are you going to run across bad people? Yeah, of course you are. But that's the real world. But Scentsy is incredible. I love it. I love the products. I love the people. Amanda's incredible. If she's your director, like, you are so lucky. She's such a sweetheart. So we're blessed. We are so blessed and I don't ever throw fluff around either. I'm not a fluff person. I tell you like it is. And I absolutely love it. And I think if you love it, your love of it will show off to your team and to your customers. So, all right, I'm gonna let y'all go. I've been on too long. I could talk forever.
You are awesome. Thank you so much for tonight.
All right. You guys take care.
All right. Thank you.
I love all of you too. Bye, guys.
Bye.